want to feel your hair right now. You are the place, my only home. Yeah, just like the flowers that blew and fall, repeat over and over again. Oh, I'm barely breathing and feeling to the ground, but each and every time we all stand up. Stop like to yourself and be true to yourself, and that might be we forget exist destiny. So let's share it out. You will feel love, but not like by your side. Yeah, just like the flowers that bloom and fall, repeat over and over again. Keep the flame alive. I want to see you here right now. You are the place, my only home. I know, I know, I know. Yeah, we can one day whisper like flowers in the sky. No matter where I'm by your side. I know, I know, I know. You and I fly the souls that we're together. Can't feel my habits, so take my hand to them tomorrow. The crowd that can let it be, you give me strength and give me faith. To take me darkness, let's forget all in love. Sparks just like Hibana. Come, light up like Hibana.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to another episode of Tales of Arise. I'm your host, Arnhem Lander, and it's time to continue.
I thought we'd see fighting throughout the city, but it's dead quiet.
Either Dohalim's allies have been arrested, or they're keeping a low profile.
Meaning the rebels are occupying the palace? Then let's hurry up and kick those bastards out.
Excuse me, sirs and madams, I don't think you should be outdoors right now. A bunch of armored soldiers started attacking people out of nowhere, all over town. We're bringing the injured in to treat them, but it's strange. There's some Renans that got attacked too. How does that make any sense? I hear the armored soldiers attacking people went towards the palace. I'd stay away from there if I were you. In fact, I strongly urge you to hide in our inn. No. We gotta go take care of this. I'm suddenly reminded of the fact that I'm a Danon. I bet all the Danons and Renans in town feel the same way. Rena attacks Dana. That used to just be the fact of life. I don't believe it. How can an aide to the Lord launch a revolt? Will I have to fight my own brethren? What's the right thing to do? A group of armored soldiers marched into the palace with a bunch of pomp and circumstance. I tried to ask what the deal was, but they just said to go home. What's going on here? Even the guardsmen got kicked out of the palace. What was Sir Kelzalek thinking? What a mess. This is no time for a sales pitch. It was all going so well. Are we really going back to what life was like before? A soldier stood up for me when I was in danger of being mobbed. The other soldiers called him a traitor and hauled him off. You're all okay. I can't promise I know everything, but let me know if there's anything I can share. What's going on? Sir Kelzalek, the Lord's adjutant, suddenly occupied the palace and locked it down. But it doesn't seem like all the Renans are following him. That's probably why some uncooperative Renans were attacked right off the bat. what's happening at the palace. The Danon guardsmen and uncooperative Renans have all been imprisoned in the palace. I've heard rumors of Zeugle-like cries within. Word has it that the Renans who still refuse to fall in line are beaten and taken elsewhere. There's no telling what they'd do to me if I approach carelessly. So that's all I've got. What will you do now then? I'm talking with the guardsmen now. I just don't know what to do though. If only Lord Dohalim were here. And Kelzelik? Sir Kelzelik is a very high-ranking official. He's Lord Dohalim's top adjutant. He's honestly never had a very high opinion of us Danons. I was under the impression he served Lord Dohalim loyally in spite of that, but here we are. Do you know where Dohalim is? Lord Dohalim hasn't been seen since he headed for Razum Quarry. Available guardsmen have been searching Visint high and low for him, but with no luck. Rumors abound that he's been imprisoned in the palace, or that he's already been killed. Personally, I prefer to believe that would never happen to him. Don't worry, he's still alive somewhere. I'm good, thanks. Surely things won't go back to the way they were before. No, I know Lord Dohalim will come through for us. Don't worry, we'll find him. Is Lord Dohalim safe? We're gonna find him. But first we have to deal with Kelzelik.
This place is awfully quiet for a siege palace.
Such a huge place is spooky without all those people here.
They're probably waiting to ambush us.
With so few Renans here, I guess this is what it's like when the Danons are expelled and the ruling minority are all that's left. My money's on them using Zeugles to even the odds.
I don't even see any Danon guardsmen.
The fact that they're not at their stations tells me they really have been driven out. We all swore an oath of loyalty to Lord Dohalim. My fellow guards wouldn't abandon their post lightly.
Speaking of which, where the heck is he?
How could this be happening?
Any idea where we should go in the main building?
Let's try the Lord's chamber.
Worth a shot.
That Kelzelik, did he really manage to deploy these barriers inside the palace? Guess that means we're on the right track to finding him. Is there any way we can get rid of these? If memory serves, there's a release mechanism somewhere. My first guess would be inside his personal office.
Hey Law, you can bust that wall open, can't you?
Well, let's give it a try and find out!
You sure about that? From what I hear, that thing can stop even a cannonball.
On second thought, let's see if there's a release mechanism somewhere.
Kisara, do you have any idea just what Kelzelik might be planning at the palace?
It's hard to say. I've never seen him use any powerful arts, and I don't think he's particularly skilled with any weapons either. However, I have noticed him accompanied by something strange from time to time.
What kind of strange?
I don't know. I couldn't see anything with him, but I could sense something was there. Probably some sort of Zeugle.
An invisible Zeugle?
We'd better be careful in any case. I'd rather we not find out after it jumps us and tries to rip our throats out. An opponent like this should be easy.
I see what
Take this!
This one's mine.
Take down their defenses!
For my lord! Here now!
We're not finished! No escape!
Make it ready! Kisara! I'll stop your movement!
And I'll stop your life!
Here, let me help.
No! Its armor's too small!
This one's mine.
Be my guest!
If it's in this one, it's mine.
This one's mine! Tiger Blade!
You're mine! Rising Falcon! You're mine!
Tiger Blade! Hurricane! Goodwill! Demon's Descent! Flashing Fang!
We can really make weapons with this?
Let's dispose of the trash.
This one's mine!
It's over!
Tiger Blade!
I won't show you any mercy! Rising Falcon!
Rolling
Strike!
Do it!
Lane Alpha! Kisara! Commander of Heavens!
Phoenix Cyclone!
Glacial Spear. Pierce evil. On guard.
Watch
Here I
this!
come!
Freeze Lancer.
Watch it! Look sharp!
It's over!
Lunar Blast.
Sword Lane Alpha!
Mine! One more!
No escape!
Tiger Blade!
Severing Wings! You're off! Look sharp! Lightning Tiger Blade!
I feel sprightlier than before. Seriously? Is this a joke?
You're finished! Rising Falcon!
I really don't want to.
It's over! Sword Lane Alpha! No chance! Eat this! Strike!
Here's a healing.
Here I come!
First aid.
Rising Falcon!
Flaming Meteor!
Do it.
Take this! Kisara! Commander of Heavens!
Phoenix Cyclone!
Everybody okay?
We're all right, Alphen.
Gotta break through! Bring him down! Be still!
Pierce evil.
Hurricane! This one's mine!
Roll him down! I'll punch that gun out of your hand!
Engaging!
Tiger Blade!
Get fire support! Rising Falcon! An Astral Arts?
That's my cue.
Shut him down! Sword Lane Alpha! Here I come!
I'm all stuffed up.
You're mine!
This one's mine!
Rising
Annihilation.
Falcon! You're mine! It's over!
There's always room for improvement.
Is that some kind of note the rebels left?
Hey, it mentions the release mechanism we're looking for. But
This isn't enough to go on. So much for talking it out.
Now you'll learn!
Glacial Spear. Evil.
I'll tear you apart!
Freeze Laser.
An astral arts?
That's my cue.
Shut him down!
Eat that!
Here I come!
All in here.
You're finished!
Freeze Laser.
Kisara! Commander of Heaven!
Phoenix Cyclone!
Take it. Got you.
This one's mine!
Here I go!
Make it rain!
You're finished!
Very well!
Demons descend.
Flashing Fang!
I can feel my power growing!
It's on!
Feisty one, eh?
Armor won't save you!
It's over!
It's weakened.
This ends now! It's over!
No shield can stand up against this!
Oh, my lord!
Go.
You got flyers!
I've got way. Let a marksman handle it.
All yours! We're not finished! Here I come!
Do it.
Shion!
Go for it.
Prepare to crumble!
Eat this!
Look sharp!
You're finished!
Glacial Spear.
All right,
Pierce Evil.
shot!
Come to an end!
Freeze
You're
Laser.
mine! You're finished!
More!
I'm on it!
I'm going!
Will this help?
You're mine! It's over! Here I come!
Anything in order!
Thanks!
Look sharp! That's it! Tiger Blade! I'll take you all on! Ha! Flare Demolisher!
Take this! It's over! You're mine!
Do it!
Look sharp! Lightning Tiger Blade!
Nice. No scratches on my shield or my armor.
It'll be a breeze. Get in, get out.
You got spirit!
Climbing thrust! This one's mine!
A showdown between blade and fist.
Now you'll learn!
Tiger Blade!
You're mine!
Eagle Fang!
Going in!
Start
On guard!
Damn it!
Tiger Blade!
Eagle Fang!
Sword Rain Alpha!
Searing Flame.
Win!
On guard!
This one's mine.
Tiger Blade!
Ignite!
I'm out of ammo.
You're mine!
Look sharp!
Do it.
One more! Far enough!
I'm just
Here I
getting
come!
started.
It's over! You're mine! You're finished!
Do it. Go for it.
Prepare to crumble!
Barely a blip on our radar.
I think this is a key to the noble room of the castle.
A noble what?
The room at the northern end of this floor. Maybe the release mechanism is in there.
It'll be a breeze. Get in, get out.
Going in!
Sword Rain Alpha!
Going in! I can read your moves like a book! Tiger Blade!
We're not finished!
Look sharp!
Eat this! I'll
Tiger
take
Blade!
Lightning. Down.
On guard!
Be still!
Shield!
Go for it.
Prepare to crumble!
Annihilation.
Strike!
Look sharp!
Hey, Poodle's quivering! I think we're about to be real lucky!
You people aren't supposed to be in here.
It's on!
This one's mine!
How about this?
Hear me! Flame of fury!
Sovereign Alpha! Be still!
Talon Hurricane!
Take this!
Eagle Dive! Ready and raring! There you are! Now I'm in the green!
Rising Falcon!
One more!
Strike! Sovereign Alpha! Be still! Rising Falcon!
Looks like there's nothing to find here. Guess that makes this a bust. Got any other ideas about places we could check? If it's not in his office, then I'd check the barracks, or maybe even the meeting room. Got it. Let's comb through both of those places and see what we can come up with.
There are enemy forces here, too?
They must be predicting our movements and deploying accordingly.
So they figured we were coming all along, is that it?
Right.
These are guards' personal quarters. If you need anything in here, feel free to take it. Is this where you sleep too? I got the impression the guard was mostly made up of men. Oh, the quarters are divided between men and women. We're standing in the women's right now. Gotcha. Guess I better be careful not to disturb too much while I'm here, huh, then?
Right.
I wouldn't if you don't want to end up on the wrong side of her mace.
I won't forgive you!
Here I come! I'm on! Now you'll learn! Here I come! Rising Falcon! You got spirit! Take this! It's over! Severing wind! Here I come! It's over!
Going in!
Sovereign Alpha! Good sword! You're finished!
Do it!
Piercing roar!
Nicely done.
Out of our way!
Engage far enough!
Annihilation!
Big
Mega
blast!
ray!
Piercing roar! Release!
Sovereign Alpha!
I'm the true gunslinger around here!
Bring him down!
Tiger
Sovereign Alpha!
An astral arch?
That's my cue!
Shut him down!
Tiger blade! Annihilation! I'm ready for the next battle!
group! Engaging! Sword Rain Alpha! Tiger Blade! Hurricane! Take this! You're finished! I'm going in!
You got spirit!
Blade! Here I come!
Damn it, Bennett!
You're mine! It's over! I'll tear you apart!
This one's mine!
An astral
That's my cue!
Shut him down!
Going in!
Nicely done.
Look! Another note from the rebels.
If we combine it with the note we found before, then there should be a key inside a cabinet in the office.
Great. Let's see if we can find it. Even if Dahnans and Renans aren't on completely equal footing here, both sides still cared about each other. And now we have to fight some of those same Renans inside the palace.
Don't forget, we're here fighting to keep what makes this realm so special alive. Don't lose hope, Kisara.
No choice! Bring him down!
Not in your dreams!
That's it.
Tiger Blade!
You think that shield will save you?
I see what it is! Try harder! No! You're mine! Locked and loaded! Time to shine! Its armor's too strong! Then I'll split it open! Be my guest! You're finished!
I'm only getting watched and
Watch it! Take this! I'm on it! It's over!
going in!
Try harder! We did it! You're mine for it! I'll tear you apart!
Here I go! You're sealed!
You're mine!
Going in!
You're finished!
These fists have got your name on them!
We're not finished!
Ridwell!
Demon's Descent!
Flashing Fang!
Spell Canceller. Swallow's Flight.
Everybody okay?
We're all right, Alphen.
Did that finally get rid of the wall?
To think they would hide it in Lord Dohalim's personal quarters. The nerve of these people.
They won't get away with it for much longer.
That's right. We have to hurry to the Lord's chamber. Let's go.
Well, well, if it isn't the slaves and the traitor. I don't remember giving you permission to enter the palace.
So it's true. You really are the one behind all this, Kelzelik.
I don't remember giving you permission to speak either. Know your place, slave.
Now we see his true colors.
Yeah, a despicable excuse for a human being. Though really, I guess that makes him pretty ordinary, huh?
Kelzelik, you were Lord Dohalim's most trusted advisor. His closest ally. Why would you betray him?
Don't be a fool. I didn't serve him because I wanted to. I expect a mere slave wouldn't know, but there are many powerful contenders for the position. Lord and undisputed ruler of a realm. There is no choice in the selection. If my master had any ambitions of becoming the sovereign, I would have gladly served him.
But he had no intention of fighting for the crown.
Indeed. Can you slaves even imagine how that looked to the rest of us? Enduring the whims of an ambitionless lord, all we could do was wait for the end as we suffered through our humiliation.
You want suffering? Try being Dahnan for a day.
So you plotted against Lord Dohalim in secret. And when my brother found out...
And I would do it all again if it meant returning Menancia to its rightful state! A realm where Dahnans are slaves and Renans their masters. It's the natural order.
Enough! Who are you to decide what is natural or rightful, traitor? Miguel. My brother. He dreamed of building a world free of suffering. He gave his life for that dream. And all you've managed to build is a lake of death! You killed my brother! And now you'll die for it! My brother's dead because of you!
Why should I concern myself with the passing of one pathetic slave?
Have you no shame?
Careful!
Piercing?
Let them hit a camouflage!
Strike!
Aim for the weak spot.
That's it! Tiger Blade! I don't feel so hard.
You should sit this one out then.
And miss all the fun? No way. Their arcs were interrupted. Tiger Blade!
That's much better.
Look sharp!
You're mine!
I tear you apart! Appreciate the help.
It's over!
Magna Ray!
I'm on it!
You picked the wrong fight!
Eagle Fly!
Here I come!
On guard!
I'll crush you! Lightning reflexes! Tenebrous claw! Eat this!
Here, let me help.
In the groove! I
Sword
really
Rain
owe you
Alpha!
one.
Down! Your arm!
Here I go.
Look sharp!
You're mine!
That's it!
Magna Ray!
It vanished again?
Listen carefully and keep your eyes peeled.
Take this!
This one's mine!
Sword Rain Alpha!
Tiger Blade!
Reload!
Here I come!
Light up the dark!
It's over!
Butterfly.
You're mine!
I
You're
owe you
finished!
one for that.
Magna Ray!
Appreciate the help.
Take this!
Look sharp!
I'm not done!
That's it!
Magna Ray!
Tiger Blade!
Rising
Come to an
Falcon!
end.
Look sharp!
Hear me!
You're
Look
mine!
sharp!
You're finished!
There you go!
You escape!
Look sharp!
Start up!
Here, let me help.
This one's mine!
Take this!
Light up the dark! I got it! Hurricane! Glimmer Dragon! Rising Falcon! The power of Mega Ray! Alright, let me out! Here I come! Will this help? Glimmer Dragon! Watch this!
This one's all mine!
Let me at him!
Stardust!
Appreciate the help!
Rising Falcon!
Appreciate the help!
How dare you lost my focus!
You're mine!
Take this! I never miss! Tiger Blade! Eat this! Talon Hurricane! Lunar Power! Legend Care! Tiger Blade! Fury! Burning Strike!
Burn!
Glacial Spear! Here's Evil!
Take this!
Eagle Dive!
I'm just getting started!
Tiger Blade!
Rising Falcon!
Here's a healing arc! Talon Hurricane!
You're mine!
I owe you one
You're
for that!
finished!
Talon
Dazzle!
Lightning!
Stardust!
Look sharp! That's it!
Rising Falcon!
Tiger Blade! I'll take you all on! Ha! Flare Demolisher! Here's a healing arc! Make it rain!
Look sharp! Lightning Tiger Blade!
I'll tear you apart!
It's over! Be still!
Tiger Blade!
All finish you
Rising
here and
Falcon!
now!
Here's the roar! Lightning!
It's over!
Downfall!
I'm on it!
I'm out!
Look sharp! Here comes something big!
Try to dodge! First aid! Light up the dark!
All good
Now!
things come to
Here
an
I
end.
come!
Release on
Dazzle! Stardust!
Go! It's over!
I'm on it!
To the shadows! Here's the wall!
Stay away from my friend!
It's in the sky, it's mine!
Swampy!
I'll bring you back from death's abyss!
This
Where
one's
are
all
you
mine.
going? I have to train harder.
An astral
Bring you back
art?
from
That's my
death's
cue.
abyss.
Shut him down!
Tiger Blade!
They'll pay for that!
Tiger Blade! Hurricane! I'll bring you back from death's abyss. I don't have much left.
Blow away!
New lease on
Here I
life.
come!
One more.
There you
Tiger
go!
Blade. Glacial Spear. Here.
This one keeps charging us!
That's what my shield's for. Get behind me.
Got it!
Far
I'll leave it
enough.
to you! I'm not done!
There you
Look
go!
sharp. Healing
I'll
arc.
save you!
You picked the wrong fight!
That's it. First Tiger
I
Blade.
owe you one.
You're
I'll
finished!
tear you apart!
Rising Falcon!
I'll
It's
finish you
over!
here and now!
First aid. Tiger
Take
Blade.
this! Strike!
I'll tear you apart!
Ready. Time to shine. It was
You're
nice while
mine.
it lasted.
Now,
Here's a
while it's
healing
reeling!
arc.
Take it down!
Look sharp.
Sword Rain Alpha!
Time to shine.
First strike!
Lightning
Lightning
Strike.
Strike!
Talon
Rising
Sword.
Phoenix!
Here's evil. If it's in the sky, it's mine.
Here comes a big one! No! It can't end here!
Here's a healing arc. You have first aid. Talon Hurricane.
You're mine!
Look sharp.
Be still! Here I come!
Tiger Blade. Will this help?
Rising
This
Falcon!
one's mine.
This should do it! I owe you both!
Light up the dark. There. One more. Mega
What's
Ray.
this?
Shattering pieces! Attack time!
This is one tough cookie.
Not for much longer, he isn't.
Don't let up till it's all over. I'll bring you back from death's abyss.
Oh, away!
Flaming I'll bring you back from death's abyss.
Touch the
Under
dog!
resuscitation. Here's a healing
Not
arc.
done yet!
First aid.
I owe you one for that.
Dazzle! Stardust!
Cover. Flaming meteor. Will this help? Healing
Eat
go.
this!
I owe you one!
Eat this!
Headshot. Flame of
Here I
fury.
come!
Burning
Strike!
Glacial Spear.
Piercing
Here's
roar.
evil.
Rising Falcon!
Not my finest.
You'll pay for that!
Now you've gone and ticked me off.
Be still! Eat dirt!
I'll bring you back from death's
You're
abyss.
mine!
I never miss.
Stardust!
On guard.
Take this!
I'll bring you back from death to this!
I'll take you all on! Ha! Flare Demolisher!
I'll bring you back from death to
Here I
this!
come! Be still!
On guard!
Sturda!
One more!
Leave
Go
it
on!
alone!
Not done yet! That's it!
Try hard not here! It's gonna attack!
Go right, watch out!
One more!
It's too much!
Back into the searing flames!
Nothing gets my
Here I
way!
come!
Fever is mine! Take
Sturda!
Tiger
Here,
Blade!
let me help!
Right!
First aid!
Take it! Lightning thrust!
Here I go!
This one's
Sturda!
mine!
Over!
Don't freaking Tiger Blade!
Rising
Into
Falcon!
the shadows!
Denied!
Mega
Make
Ray!
away! Law! I'll stop your movement!
And I'll stop your life!
You filthy slaves are despicable!
Your dreams of attaining lordship are no more. Give up, Kelzelik.
Attaining lordship? Ridiculous. Only those who possess a master core can become a lord. What, did you think just anyone could do it?
But then, what were you trying to accomplish with this? Didn't you betray your lord?
Yes, that's true. However, there are other lords.
Other lords? So you mean...
At last, the truth is revealed.
Dohalim, where have you been this whole time?
Cleaning up. Kelzelik, you've made your last of these.
The fruit of Helgen?
It can't be. You found my production facility?
Correct. And I tore it down. But something still troubles me. It's clear that this is no ordinary fruit. Nor was the equipment used to grow it. You couldn't have done all this without outside assistance. Indeed. Something like this must have come from another realm. Mahag Saar, perhaps?
You actually expect me to talk now? At this point, the contest for the crown will be over soon enough. And you will finally receive the punishment you deserve for your weakness.
I've already received my punishment. May this be my final act, as the Lord of Elde Menancia. Go. To Mahag Saar, Ganath Haros, wherever you think you'll find a suitable lord.
Are you alright with this? He killed your brother after all.
He did. But then I thought, he's nothing more than one common, ordinary Renan. He's not worthy of my time or my anger, right?
So after everything, was the dream of coexisting just a dream?
What is that?
Those are the cheers of the brave Danans who overpowered Kelzelik's forces.
Wait, they challenged the Renans?
Indeed. A militia made up of Danan guardsmen, Renan supporters, and of course, the Gold Dust Cats.
Do we have you to thank for bringing them all together?
Regardless of what your original motivations were, your dream of coexistence saved countless lives. And now, those people out there are fighting to keep that dream alive. That's something real.
Be that as it may, they do so now by their own hands. These people no longer need any lord.
Where are you going?
To put an end to the crown contest. So long as its madness persists, peace will remain ever out of reach. I cannot allow it to continue.
The crown contest impacts far more than just the Danans. You're choosing to fight Lenegis and the entire Empire.
I am well aware. However, if I wish to keep this dream from dying, then I have little choice in the matter. Besides, it's the least I can do.
So you're gonna go out there and make that dream real on your own?
You may be decided on your path, but that doesn't make it any less difficult.
Why not walk that road with us?
Pardon?
You heard me. We're fighting to liberate the Dahnans, and you're fighting for the people of this realm. I'd say we're on the same path, really. It would only make sense for us to walk it together.
Dahnan dissidents, side by side with a Renan lord? Not the least intriguing invitation I've received. An invitation which would only be proper courtesy for me to accept.
I'll take that as a yes.
Hey, where'd Kisara go? I don't see her anywhere.
Maybe she just needed some time alone. A lot's happened.
That makes sense. She did just lose her brother after all.
We ought to keep moving as well. So long as there are lords who draw breath, we have a mission to complete. Kisara's a big girl. I'm sure she can handle herself. We should hurry on ahead to our next destination.
I guess you're right. And it is a lot safer here than it was. What do you think, Dohalim?
I am not sure I have the right to say anything as far as Kisara is concerned.
Fair enough. Well, I, for one, would like to say goodbye if we get a chance. Let's keep an eye out for her as we leave.
You befriended Dohalim. Kinda saw that coming. Kisara has left your party. Wonder if she's gonna come back and join us or not. Master Core of Earth. The Master Core of Earth, the fruits of Helgen, have imbued it with an unfathomable quantities of astral energy. Cheese fondue recipe. Melted cheese made by coating the cheese in flour and boiling it in white wine. Most anything can be dipped inside of it for added literal cheesiness. Dohalim's perk. Rod extension. If Dohalim perfect evades an enemy attack, his senses become heightened and his rod will gain momentum, greatly extending his range. His penetration will also rise, letting him interrupt enemies and land critical hits on them more often.
What's Kisara going to do now?
I'm sure it's complicated for her.
Where did Kisara run off to?
You don't think she took off after Kelzelik, do you?
No. Nagal entrusted her with his dream. She wouldn't do something reckless like that. Right now, I think she just needs time to think. What she does from here on out is up to her. She has to be the one to decide.
This is Autalina Palace. The Lord has decreed that the palace is open to all people. You are free to enter. That was quick. The Renan soldier that used to be here? Would you believe that when Kelzelik ran off, he went with him? Apparently so did all the people who took part in the uprising. Many of my brethren didn't feel at home here, so they left. I stayed, though. This place is, how to put it, yeah, not bad. Let's go with that. Yeah, I like it here too, man. Danans cling to their grudge against Renans. Renans cling to their contempt for Danans. Years go by and people refuse to change. This might not necessarily be the end of it. I wasn't sure what happened to me when I protected her and got arrested for it. But she came out of it fine, and I'm alive. Everything's good. By the way, why is it that I feel eyes on me? Am I just imagining things? Hey. How could they? He saved me. That was the guy that got
here from Cyslodia, yes? In that case, you should depart via the south gate, rather than the one you arrived through.
That's the, remember the lady said that a guard stood up for her and the other guys dragged him off? That's them too. And then what do we got over here? Hey soldier, I don't care if you're a Renan. You can't cut in line. Look, this isn't about Renan privilege. I'm just carrying a bigger load than you. I think that should entitle me to go ahead of you. The only reason you can carry so much is because you're wearing armor that amplifies your strength. Indeed I am, but the fact remains that I'm carrying a heavy load here. All I'm saying is, okay, settle down, mister. And you, soldier, stay in your place in line. Coexistence and co-prosperity. Never forget our ideals.
How's this?
Welcome back. You take care of that pesky Zoogle flying around for me? Not yet. We're still working on it. Remember, you'll find it flying around Traslita Highway. If you get into a fight with other Zoogles, it's bound to join the fray. It's a wild beast. Don't care if it's attacking friend or foe. Good hunting. The sick person they found here was taken into the quarry. I didn't know them or anything, but I'd wanted to bring them some flowers.
After all that, Kisara never came back to see us.
I'm surprised she slipped away without us noticing. Where would she even go? I hope this place survives. You think the Danans and Renans have a chance of getting along? We didn't really do much to change things around here, did we?
This realm had its own walls to overcome. And in the end, it was the people themselves who decided to break them down, without any help from us. I hope they keep going. I really do.
Yeah, well, if you say so, I guess. Huh?
All right. I leave command of the Gold Dust Cats in your hands.
You've got nothing to worry about, Kisara. I'll do your brother proud.
Looks like it's time to go. Take good care of Zare for me. All right, Lagiel?
You've got it. Stay safe, Kisara.
Yeah, it was hard to imagine she wasn't going to join the party, considering she's got all those mechanics and skill tree and everything.
Did you come to say goodbye?
Actually, I was wondering if you could use another companion.
Huh?
Well, we certainly don't mind you coming along. We just figured you'd stay behind and help rebuild. These people could use you.
I thought much the same thing. However, in the end, something changed my mind. Ever since Miguel died, I've been thinking a lot. About where I went wrong, what I should have done differently. You know, that sort of thing. It's true that our dream of coexistence saved many Dahnan lives, but we were naive and short-sighted. I was so wrapped up in my idea of how things should be that I didn't see the problems that existed right in front of us. I thought we had been given a utopia. And so I never bothered to look too far past its surface. I chose to be ignorant. And because of that, because of me, my brother...
Miguel's death wasn't your fault, Kisara.
Perhaps you're right. But in the end, it was me he entrusted this dream to. I learned that nothing in this life is free, or gained without sacrifice. Now that I know that, I'll just have to figure out what else I don't know.
So, decided to join us?
I have. And hopefully I can continue to protect Elde Menancia from outside the dream world, for the sake of those still inside.
And here I thought you joined for an opportunity on my life.
In all honesty, I'm grateful to you. I truly am. I don't blame you for what happened. But I must also leave your service. No longer will I be defined by protecting a Renan Lord. From now on, when I fight to protect my dream. All I ask is that you do your part. That you fight alongside me. Not just for those who used to believe in your dream, but for those that still do. Dohalim.
I understand. I'm no longer a lord anyway.
Well, this crew just gets bigger and bigger. All right, where to, team?
We make for Mahag Sar, the Valley of the Four Winds.
Got that Nochi recipe. Leaf wrapped fish recipe as well. A dish cooked by grilling fish inside of a large leaf. Opening it up reveals a tender fish as the scent of the leaf wafts through the air. Delicious. Increase max AG. Let's see. Does Alpha need to be leveled? Looks like he's got all that worked out. So what's this? Over limit extension. So I've been trying to work on my Mystic Art, but I didn't get an over limit. I was gonna try to use it on the boss, but I just didn't get a chance. I'm not sure. I forgot if there's something specific I need to do for over limit or not, but let's extend that time limit for now anyway. I'll figure it out. This node down here, what does it say? Faster AG recovery. That'll be pretty good. Almost there. Art casting mobility. I don't even know if you necessarily need that, but I want to complete the nodes. critical hits. It's pretty good. And increased BG at battle start. So we'll just start over here. New attack, Lionheart, a support arc that temporarily raises one ally's AG recovery speed for a set period. Faster AG recovery. Easier, perfect evading and guarding. Throws a whirling rod. Catapult. Architect of Coexistence. Title, so when you complete the title, you get like a thing, I think. Completion bonus. Elemental defense plus 10. Though he may have ended the oppression in Elda Menancia for his own selfish reasons, the peaceful coexistence Dohalim brought is real nevertheless. So there is a reason. Like, it makes sense that you get a bonus for completing it all. Resurrection. So he's like a healer too, him and Xion. Increased boost strike damage. Pretty self-explanatory. Increased max AG. Alrighty.
I'm amazed how easily you can move such a giant shield around like it's nothing.
Really? It's not actually as heavy as it looks.
It's really reassuring to have someone like you protecting us, though.
You know, I guess I never realized it before, but looking back, I've always been the sort to put myself in harm's way to protect those around me, even before I joined the Elda Menancia Guard. So, in a way, using this shield to keep you all safe feels like it's what I was meant to do.
You don't need to worry about protecting me. I don't plan on relying on you.
That's okay. It doesn't matter if you do or not. I don't protect people because they ask me to. I do it because I want to, and because I think it's the right thing to do. That goes for you too, Dohalim.
Me?
Yes. You see, you and I both want the same thing. We have the same goal. That means it's in my best interest to continue to protect and keep you safe as well. Even now.
I'm not sure how much protecting I'll need either, but I appreciate the thought. I'm sure you'll do us proud, Kisara.
Right. You can all count on me.
What was Kelzelik even after in the end?
Isn't it obvious? Clearly he wanted the throne for himself, and was gonna have his goons execute Dohalim to get it.
He had to have known he couldn't hope to defeat a lord. He should have run while he had the chance, instead of holding himself up in the palace.
Maybe he thought he couldn't run? Either way, the outcome's the same.
So he got desperate and decided to go for broke?
One might argue that he was another victim of mine, in a sense.
Huh?
There is no greater calling in life to a Renin than the crown contest, yet I refused to take part. The shock he felt at that must have been truly immense. Enough to drive him to revolt, even though doing so meant defying Renin hierarchy.
I know I've said this before, but Dahnans and Renins wouldn't coexist here if it wasn't for your stance.
But that was no lofty idealism on my part, nor do I feel any pride at what occurred.
Spare us the pity party. You literally just joined us to uphold those ideals.
Xion?
No, she is absolutely correct. I shall speak no more of my misgivings.
Do you sense one of your friends, Hootle?
Mahag Sar. That makes 4 out of the 5 realms that I've visited now.
I wonder what kind of lord we're gonna find there.
It doesn't matter. If they try to get in our way, we'll take them down and that'll be that.
I won't forgive you!
This one's all mine!
Stardust! Annihilation!
Rising Falcon!
If they rush you, you gotta jump.
Come one, come all! Stardust! This one keeps charging us!
That's what my shield's for. Get behind me.
Got it! I'll leave it to you! Sword Rain Alpha!
Eat this! Hear me! Flame of Fury!
Glacial Spear.
You're
Here's
mine!
Astral Energy!
It's over!
Freeze Land!
Stardust!
Now!
Grimwell!
Astral Energy!
Say no more! Got it!
Well done! One more! Lightning
Here I
Orb!
come!
Lightning Gem!
Sword Rain Alpha! I'm on it! Do it! Win!
Quite necessary when creating weaponry.
There's something in the... I didn't realize there was a pond here.
Yeah, this is Taka Pond. And it happened to have saved my life once upon a time.
What do you mean?
As a kid, I survived life under the past lords by escaping here when I needed to. It's terrible to swim in, but great for catching a bite for dinner away from Renin eyes. Bear in mind, our rations back then weren't enough to live off of. You had to take matters into your own hands if you wanted enough food to survive.
But how did you catch them? With your bare hands?
That might take a while. Fish are prone to swim away at the first sign of trouble. I'd put bait or a lure on a line and use it with a fishing rod. You must not be familiar with fishing if this sounds new to you. Here, let me show you how it's done.
Oh yeah, time for some fishing. Various fishing points are scattered around Dana, which contain different species of fish to catch. These fish can be used in cooking, sold for gold, or even unlock new titles, so don't hesitate to try new fishing holes when you find them. Fishing consists of 4 steps: casting a line, luring fish, hooking them, and then reeling them in. For more information about these steps, consult the fishing controls topic. Alright, let's give it a try.
Everything looks fine with the lure. All right, let's do this. Hup. Oh, we've got a lively one.
What is it? Okay, I got it. Little mini game. It's a little bit more exciting than a lot of fishing mini games.
Anybody could reel in that.
Nice! You caught it!
70 pounds? Is that what it says? $70.6 something. Anyway. Oh, okay. Okay, I see. I didn't realize I was trying to make it within a certain thing there. The fish has a stamina bar.
She's got a good size to her, all told.
I can't believe you caught that with a rod. Amazing.
I mean, it's smaller than the other fish, right? Let's go again. Yeah, let's move this thing around a little bit. How far back? Let's get it way out there. Oh, it's getting right there, actually.
Oh.
Ooh, my bad.
Anybody could reel in that.
Not too shabby, friend.
I've got something.
This is going to be the big one. The good one. The rare fish. Oh, how did I do that?
Anybody could reel in that.
Guess it's important to stay calm.
I don't know. Where's the good one? Bubble area?
Yeah. There we go.
There we go.
Anybody could reel in that.
You sure know what you're doing.
Well, you know, we got some fish. There might not be anything better than these bass in here for all we know. It does seem to like indicate like it like turns a different color when the fish jumps there. So, you know, I think I was doing everything I could.
Now where might those fish be?
Select rod lure. Granted, it was saying something about I could shake it and everything. We'll get into the nuances of the fishing more next time. But that was
And
a good
that's all
start.
there is to it.
Wow. It seems like you need to have good reflexes to catch anything. I don't know if it's really for me. Kisara? I think I've seen enough.
Oh, sorry. I guess I'm just in my own little world when I go fishing.
Looks like we're going to be here for a while.
That's how fishing goes. You wait for a bite, and then the real battle begins. Miguel told me that different fish live in different regions, and you have to pick the right rod and lure for what you're hoping to catch.
But that doesn't change the fact it's a giant time sink.
Of course, each fish has its own unique flavor, too. And some of them are supposed to be extremely delicious.
When you put it like that, maybe it's worth me trying my hand at fishing after all.
You're just in it for the food.
I was hoping we'd get to fish during our travels. And it just so happens I made sure to grab my brother's old rod before I left Vicente. So, if you ever feel like fishing when we've got a little downtime, just let me know.
Good to hear. Thanks for showing us.
Okay!
Hey, you look like you know your way around a rod. I've been fishing a long time and have built up a good collection of equipment for it. I'll share it with you if you're interested. I just want one thing in exchange. All I ask is for you to show me records of any fish you catch. The more you catch, the more equipment I'll hook you up with. If you need anything else, I'm always here. Don't be afraid to come up and talk to me. The fishing expert. He's found at Talka Pond, can teach you the basics about fishing, and if you show him your fishing notes, he'll teach you where to go to catch fish you haven't found, as well as giving you new fishing gear based on how much you've caught. So we got Miguel's rod and the beginner's popper. And we've unlocked the skilled angler emblem. Well, look who it is. Something you need to ask? Tell me about fishing rods. Well, the fishing rod you use affects how much strength you've got to reel in fishing. If you're running into fish you can't catch with your current rod, it's probably time for an upgrade. Show me your records of catching lots of different fish and I'll hook you up with new rods. Anything else you want to know? Tell me about lures. Lures are basically decoys made to look like food that you used to, well, lure fish to reel in. Each fish has its own preferences, so you'll have to change lures depending on what you're after. Whenever you find a new one, it's a good idea to test it and see what kinds of fish it works well on. How do I find these fish? If it's a fish you've caught before, check your fishing notes. That'll remind you where its habitat is. When in doubt, it's always good to crack open your fishing notes. If it's a fish you haven't seen before, show me your fishing notes and then we'll talk. Anything else? Let me show you my fishing notes. Alright, let's see what you've got here. So far you've caught one kind of fish. Yep. At Oversea Hill, Fish Frozen Valley, Talka Pond. Those are the places you've yet to catch some fish. Why not swing on by and see what you can find? 2 more and I'll have something else to give you, so keep fishing. That's weird. Did he say I haven't caught fish at Talka, even though that's where I just did it? I'm good. Let's catch one fish just in case.
I hope we catch something decent.
Indeed. Hungry bellies are counting on this. Hup. I've got something. Well, that wasn't much of a challenge.
Guess it's important to stay calm.
There, so now, not counting the tutorial, I've definitely caught a fish here. Talka Pond Road, is that different? Here. It doesn't say a name or anything on it. Map action. I wonder what that means. Oh. Whew, you're a lifesaver. Now I can get back to my miss. Sorry, forget I spoke. Carry on. Don't mind me. Infantry shield. A standard issue shield supplied to Renan infantry, made from lightweight materials. It's easier to handle than its initially appears.
I'm always amazed what healing arts can do.
Just doing my job. No need to thank me.
Is it just me? Or have those two barely spoken a single word to one another?
I know, right? But after everything that happened with Miguel, is it really any wonder?
Kinda puts a damper on the whole journey though, huh? How long do you think they're gonna keep this up?
If it bothers you that much, why don't you ask them?
Why do I have to ask?
How come you walk together like that?
She really doesn't beat around the bush.
You mean Kisara and myself?
You hadn't noticed? You've been practically joined at the hip ever since we left Vicente.
I guess it's force of habit, most likely. I was always ready to protect him, should the need arise. It sort of came with the job description.
Right. From being in the Elder Menancia Guard. Although, Dohalim's pretty capable of defending himself, isn't he?
Having guards doesn't necessarily mean the one being guarded is weak. No one's perfect all the time.
Even so, it's not like they're entirely wrong, Kisara. You're no longer in my employ, after all.
I don't know. I mean, if it's what she's used to and you're both comfortable with it, then who are we to judge?
But she doesn't serve him anymore. It isn't normal for her to keep following him around like she still does.
You know, she's probably right. And a lot has changed over the last few days. I guess it wouldn't hurt to rethink our relationship in light of the new circumstances. Perhaps I'll give it some thought after all. Does that sound all right by you?
Of course.
You might want to stop asking his permission for every little thing while you're at it.
Sorry. It's not that easy, shaking off old habits. I'll probably need a little time to get fully used to it.
Alright, let's see. So, got a couple new things here. Topaz one piece for Shion. This is a one piece dress lined with topaz. It's resilient against astral arts. Comes at the price of its weak defense against physical strikes. And then here, got this topaz vest. Looking a lot better than what we got. A vest lined with topaz. Oh, they're all going to say the same thing. Okay. Cool, cool. Let's go ahead and purchase and equip that. How much? 85 grand. Oh yeah, we're good. Everybody wants some topaz. And a topaz cape. Good stuff. And we restocked our potions. Anything I need to sell? Sell all commodity items? Yeah. Forge weapon? Have to be something I could actually make. that's a big improvement. Silver Sword of the Owl. Craft and equip. That's better. Ooh, I like the way it looks too. Feathered shield. Craft and equip. Cool. Craft accessory. Any accessories I need? I think I'm good. I'm gonna say manage ranch. Oh, nice. New animals can now be raised. Horse. What the heck do I do with a horse? Let's grow one just to see. Let's just say agile herbivores that sleep while standing. They deliver brutal kicks with their strong hind legs, discouraging stray Zoogles from attacking. So it's like a guard. Let's grow one. Let's feed it. Zero miraculous compound making for the ultimate feed for livestock encourages large, fast growing livestock litters. Let's give it. Oh yeah. The horse gets the bonus. And then let's do cow. And then chicken. Alright, we're all set.
You can never be too prepared. But did we have to spend so much?
Oh, we're fine.
I've noticed that sometimes we come across enemies who fight like you, and try to dodge our attacks at the last second.
I hate those guys. I can get some hits in when they move into attack, but otherwise they slip past damn near everything else I throw at them.
If what you're seeking is a way to more reliably hit them, there is a solution.
Try to outclass them on reflexes?
I possess the ability to command Earth elemental beings to some extent. They emerge as the land itself and take root on my command. They will swiftly bind the enemies, at which point you can dispatch them.
Huh?
What he means is that he can make plants grow to hold the enemies in place. At least I think that's probably what he's saying.
I'm glad at least one of us understands him. So basically, if we find an enemy that likes to dodge, we should let Dohalim handle it.
I shall do what I can within my modest means to help.
Why are you looking at me like that?
That armor you wear is standard issue for the Menancian Guard, right?
Originally, I've added some flair to it in a lot of places.
I noticed, especially with that open back.
We guardsmen pride ourselves on never showing our back to our enemies. It's my way of making myself live up to that. Plus, it makes it that much lighter and easier to maintain.
Dohalim, do you have anything to say about this?
Every guardsman is allowed to wear their armor as they see fit.
And you, La?
Huh? Why are you asking me?
Alright, give me 1 sec. I gotta run to the restroom. I'll be right back.
This is a true masterpiece, no less than culinary art.
Mind if I join you, Law?
Oh, hey, Alphen. What's up?
Nothing. I was just surprised to see you weren't training for once. Got a stomachache or something?
You know I don't literally train around the clock, right? I do take breaks.
Do you? It seems like you're training every chance you get.
Well, yeah, it can't be helped if I want to get stronger. Still, it's important to let your muscles rest every now and then. That's what my dad told me anyway.
Zephyr said that?
When I was a little kid, yeah. I would get so excited whenever he came home. I always followed him wherever he went and tried to learn as much from him as I could. He said, it's good to be passionate, but don't overdo it. Just like there are times when you want to take a break from studying, sometimes your body wants to take a break from training, too. I was always rushing around and forgetting to rest, so he ended up telling me that a lot.
That definitely sounds like him.
It's nothing to get sad over. Still, I can't help but wonder if that was my dad's way of teaching me the dangers of rushing into things too quickly. Then again, maybe I'm just overthinking things. I wish I'd had more time to talk to him about this kind of stuff. See you guys tomorrow. I feel pretty refreshed after that sleep.
Something feels odd here. Be on your guard.
I just noticed none of you other Dahnans have spirit cores. Why is that?
Both of my parents were part of the Resistance in Calaglia. In fact, my birth was kept a secret from the Renans.
Mine too. We always lived in hiding, so I never had a spirit core embedded in me like I was supposed to.
What about you, Alphen? You were a slave in Calaglia before all this, weren't you?
To be completely honest, I'm not sure why I don't have one. All the other Dahnan slaves around me did. I was the only exception. They tended to keep their distance from me to avoid attracting any attention from the soldiers, because of my mask and all. What about you, Kisara? Do you still have your spirit core?
No. I was able to find a good Renan doctor who's sympathetic to our kind, and had them remove it before I left. They did such a great job, the procedure didn't even leave a scar.
One of the benefits of coexistence, huh?
I know that once the spirit vessel was shut down, there wasn't much need for me to hurry. But still, I didn't like having that mark of servitude lingering on me any longer than I had to. It may sound a little strange to hear me say this, but I'm just me now. Not a guardsman or a slave. I'm my own woman. And this is my chance to have a new beginning.
This sure is one rugged road. You'd think they'd keep this at least a little better maintained, right?
Why spend energy fixing that which is rarely used? Repairs require time and effort, which in our world means slaves, often in great numbers. For you, it may be a simple request, but that can quickly become another's difficult burden. Nobody gains anything without someone expending effort.
And you know, somehow that someone always ends up being a Dahnan, while the Renans are the ones who gain.
True enough. Ideally, in a perfect world, I think it's only fair that the ones who need it should be the ones to perform the work.
However, when doing so could be dangerous like it is here, there are many who would prefer that it be others who risk their lives in their stead.
So, what you're saying is that people will just put up with the inconvenience until someone else comes along to fix it for them?
Indeed. And it is those who can no longer bear that feeling that inevitably take action. Much like the Dahnans in our group do so now. As strange as it may be to hear such a thing from the likes of myself.
It's true that most of the Dahnans in Calaglia have been resigned to just accepting things as they are. Still, we can't just blame them for...
What are you making that face for? You're not worn out already, are you?
Nah, just regretting I ever said anything in the first place.
No holding back!
Take this!
Glacial
This'll be a piece of cake! Stardust!
Gaze in the wind!
Rising Falcon!
I'm also good with airborne targets.
Sword Lane Alpha!
Flying free!
Shion, can you take care of them?
No sooner said than done.
Here I come! You're finished! Dazzle!
Glacial
Stardust!
Here's evil.
You're mine! It's over! Sword Lane Alpha! First strike! It's on! You're finished!
We're thinning them out.
Please? More like me.
I'll admit I'm impressed. Very slightly.
It's over!
Do it!
I'll finish you here and now!
Raging Cascade! In
Here I
here!
come!
Primed and
It's
ready!
over!
Let's get you all tucked away!
Stardust!
Freeze laser!
Storm!
Blah, blah, blah!
Rising Falcon!
Feel! Let's get you all tucked away!
Sword Lane Alpha!
Now!
Remove!
Astral Energy!
Say no more! That astral energy was incredible!
I gave it everything I had.
This is a pain. Why can't this Zoogle stand still?
All right.
Perhaps it's time I deploy my secret weapon. I'll stop it right where it stands. Dohalim's boost attack. Behindere. Grows vines from the ground to ensnare enemies and strike them, effective on fleet-footed enemies. This nullifies their evasive abilities and downs them.
There's nowhere to run from my art.
When he slows down, that's our chance!
It's like trying to keep up with a wolf!
Here I come!
Gaze in the wind!
That'll get the other guy. Come on.
Take this! It's over!
I'm only getting started.
Annihilation!
Leave the ensnaring to me.
Take this!
To me! In here! More for the stockpile!
Take this!
The earth throbs in pain.
Lightning orb! Burning strike!
Glacial
Raging
Spear.
Cascade!
Here's the evil.
Sleep now! Freeze Lancer! Let's get you all
Blue
tucked
escape!
away!
Prepare to be
Astral
sealed.
Energy!
You're finished!
Hit!
No further.
Raging Cascade! Annihilation! Spread!
When fast enemies like wolves or monkeys appear, send in Dohalim. His boost attack will nullify their evasive abilities and keep him from dodging attacks. It's like I like how they have the boost attacks and you use them
I'm not done!
for certain aspects of battles, but it's just kind of hard to get it right sometimes.
I'm out of ammo!
Like when I was fighting the boss earlier, I don't think I landed.
Finish this.
Uh-oh.
Die! Consuming wildfire!
That was cool.
House this!
I'm on it! Take this!
Yeah, I don't think I landed one of Kisara's boost attacks properly during that fight.
Be still!
Just getting started! Raging Cascade!
Rising Falcon! Nicely done, Shion.
You're sweating. Step it up.
Yeah. You got
Man,
it.
these things are kind of strong. What's going
You're
on?
finished!
Lightning again!
Rising
I'm only getting
Falcon!
started! Too much to handle! Annihilation! Hear me!
Strike!
Light arrow! Dance
Sword Lane!
Leave the torch now!
Got some interesting moves there, Dohalim. I'm glad you're on our side.
I'm simply glad to hear that I can make myself useful to you all. Huh?
What's wrong?
We seem to have come across some rather unusual objects.
What, you mean that pile of garbage?
No mere garbage, I assure you. Still, I've never seen anything shaped like it before. I'm intrigued.
Are you curious about this stuff, Rinwell?
Yeah. I think he might have found some old Dahnan relics. They look like the remains of a bunch of objects that disappeared after the Renans first invaded.
And yet here I am, holding them without so much as a second thought. I imagine the sight must be unsettling to you.
Not really, just that it must be nice to be a Renan who has time to indulge in stuff like that, unlike the rest of us.
Are you interested in this stuff too, Dohalim?
Charmed may be a better turn of phrase. I simply love objects that can give me a sense of what their maker was thinking, the history that went into their creation. You see, we Renans have hardly any such objects that trace back to our distant past.
I still don't understand what you two find so intriguing about it, though.
Why not? We're talking about our own culture here.
I get that, but it's not like this stuff is any use now, does it? It's just old. Real old.
Oh, but it does. Holding it in your hands like this, one can feel and engage with the distant past in a way no history book can ever accomplish.
I'll take your word for it. Well, seeing as it's Dahnan history, just make sure you're careful with it. All right, Dohalim?
But of course.
Crocodile Crusher. Ages ago, this worn-down hammer was used to beat back crocodiles. Those skilled enough to dual-wield with it were lauded as champions. Artifacts confer special effects simply by having them, some of which serve as bonuses that can be enjoyed after clearing the game. You can toggle them on and off. Additional art panels. You can now set 6 additional arts. Press triangle on the art screen to switch between panels. Arts that are set to the second panel can be executed by pressing L2. Okay, cool. Dohalim the Treasure Hunter. Everybody's still pretty low on CP except for these two for some reason. Oh yeah, because we were saving. And then this one, 840, we can now get it. What was it? Move around. Yeah, we're getting it for the bonus. Which is plus 10 defense. The Silver Sword. A member of the Silver Sword's Cyslodia's local resistance, Rinwell crossed the Calaglian border on an important mission, despite her young age.
There's history in the air here. I can smell it.
I don't smell anything.
Don't encourage him. I'm even stronger than before.
Visibility along this path will remain limited for some time. Take care not to get ambushed.
I'm surprised you know the terrain here so well. Lords don't strike me as having much time for wandering in the woods.
Sometimes I would take strolls along here when I wished to be alone.
You always did have a bad habit of disappearing without telling any of us guardsmen.
Let's take a look. Double Demon Fang. Raining Slash. Maybe a little Double Demon Fang. And some Dragon Swarm. Una Rondo? that a try. Star Guide Staff. Peer symbol, maybe? Outfits. Weapon skin. So this is what the actual gun that she's currently using looks like. It's fine. Current book, it does not look that great, honestly. Yeah, silver sword out, we can do better than that. Winged gauntlets. What the thing he's currently got is kind of crazy looking, isn't it? What even is that? It's like a red orb in the middle with a spike thing around it. What else we got? That's a starter. The kingly staff. I don't know. I guess they're all good. And then that's pretty cool looking. I think we're good on all that. Let's keep going.
This one's tough, but we have no choice.
Let me know if you need healing.
Can't get out of this! You're mine! It's over!
It's a duel of the arts!
Be still! Luna Rondo! He got fires!
I've got these enemies' arts to me!
No complaints here!
It's over! Take this! It's over!
You know, Ron, watching you really makes me
Be
realize...
still!
Makes you realize what?
Maybe thinking too much gets in the way sometimes.
Take this! Exactly! Don't think, just keep swinging.
Listen,
Coming through! Ha! Now! Scarlet Inferno!
Glacial Spear.
Not a
Pierce
chance!
evil.
First strike! Burn in hell! Talon Hurricane! Here I come!
Laser.
It's over!
Lightning orb!
Do it!
Double Demon Fang!
Shion, Astral Energy, full throttle! Go! Take it! It's over!
Here I come! Talon Hurricane!
I'm out of ammo!
Take this!
Sleep now.
You're finished!
Watch this!
Healing circle!
I owe you one.
Why'd you heal me?
To stop you dying?
These fists have got your name on them!
It's over!
Hurricane!
Chill!
This ends now!
Consider yourself finished! I can feel my power growing!
Oh man, I hope I live long enough to regret things.
Here I come! It's over! I'm ready! Double demon
Airborne
fang!
beast. Mindset. Dance in the wind.
I'm up! You're finished!
Pesky airborne scoundrels.
Sounds like a job for yours
Be
truly.
still! Now! Hurricane thrust! Here I come! It's over! Rising Falcon! First
This
strike!
one's mine.
Talon Hurricane!
Take that. Lightning.
This
Air.
one's all mine! Now! In the groove! You're mine!
I'm out of ammo.
Now.
I'm all stuck.
Run well.
Demons descend.
Flashing fang.
Easy. Way to
No,
go.
here.
Evil.
Stardust!
Air thrust.
Come and get it.
Rising Falcon! Dazzle!
Sleep now.
Eat this.
Let's get you all tucked away.
Take this!
Now.
Chill!
This ends now.
Consider yourself finished! Now! Take this!
Here goes. More where that came from.
Rising Falcon!
Glacial
Double
Spear.
demon!
I know fine weapon material when I see it.
It's so hilly around here. I can feel my feet getting blisters.
That's mountain hiking for you. It can be pretty tough if you're not used to these sorts of trails.
I take it you're comfortable with them then?
Oh yeah. We used to run up and down these slopes all the time for our training exercises.
Damn. You weren't messing around.
Don't get careless.
Take this!
Don't turn me!
Double demon fang!
Wind
Dazzle!
astral energy!
Stardust!
Dance in the wind!
First strike! Burn in hell!
I'll tear you apart!
You're mine! You're finished!
Flame of fury!
Double demon fang!
Oh,
Dragon
magic
form!
is there!
Do it!
Field!
Glacial
First
Spear.
strike!
Here's
I can
evil!
carve. I'll finish you here and now!
Freeze laser! Lightning orb! Now!
Rising Falcon!
Hurricane!
I wonder if we can make new weapons with this.
Looks like trouble with
You're
capital
mine!
T!
Beat together,
Hey,
we got
when
this!
did I get so popular? Far enough! Talon
Take
form!
this! You're finished! No
Wind
further!
evil!
Crumble!
Field!
Here I come!
Freeze laser!
Dragon form!
An
astral art?
That's my cue!
Shut him down!
Annihilation!
It's over!
Here we go! Flame of fury!
Here I come!
Out of your dream!
Prepare to be sealed, O fleet of foot. Actually, that sound is more appropriate.
Here!
Less talking, more doing.
Here I come! You picked the wrong...
Take this!
Take
Here,
this!
let me help.
You're finished!
Wind
This isn't looking good!
Banana! Let's
Rising
go!
Falcon! First strike!
Healing Star Lightning
Strike!
Descent!
Go!
You are in tip-top shape!
As soon as I'm done here, come help
Do
out.
they not
How
teach
could
you
a
to
girl
say
ever
thank
say
you,
no?
Andana?
Not to a woman, they don't.
I'm just
You're
You're finished!
I'm out of ammo!
Be still!
Light astral
Rising
lightning!
Falcon! Let's soar! No escape! Sword Lane Alpha! Remote!
Astral energy!
Say no more! Got it!
Well done!
Not a chance! You're finished! Burn!
Healing circle!
I owe you one! I'm not...
Did you just heal me?
Yes, I need you, remember?
Right.
Say!
Blow them away!
The astral energy is surging around me.
How do you even know about all that astrally stuff?
Same way I know what you do in the middle of the night.
What? Are you serious?
Stone Wing Mantle. A mantle made by tying together hardened Zoogle wings. Even in their altered state, the wings still hold trace amounts of astral energy.
Oh, this looks nice and tough.
Is that like a material component or? Equipment? Wow. Yeah. wanting to... How do I change the party again? Fishing boats. Yep. Try that out for a little while.
More Danon ruins here too, I see.
What were people even thinking back then? Trying to build anything around here.
Maybe they just had that much time and energy on their hands.
I have a bad feeling about this.
You're mine! Huh?
Gravitas field! This will mine if I do!
You're
Mega
mine!
Ray! Tiger
Huh?
Ray! Annihilation! Mega Ray! Going in!
Take this!
Tiger
It's
Blade!
over!
Flame of Fury! Burning Strike! Glacial
I'm not
Spear!
done!
Pierce Evil! This one's
Sword Lane Alpha!
Freeze Lancer!
Double Demon Fang!
The enemy wields Arc Shape.
We'll soon see about that! By the power of water! Hear me! Flame of Fury!
Dazzle! Rise it up!
Alright. Now where
Lunar
was
Blast!
I'll face you.
You're mine!
Fleet Fury!
It's on!
Down!
You're mine!
Elusive deity.
Here
Can you
goes!
take it?
Here I go! This one's mine!
Ah! You're mine! Sword Lane Alpha!
Benediction.
Double Demon Fang! Dragon Form!
All yours, Kisara.
We did it!
Now!
Magnificently
You're
done.
mine! Be still!
Going in!
Elusive
You're
deity.
on! Coming through! Ha! Now! Scarlet and... This is the power of the blazing sword!
I sure have built up a sweat with this hike.
Rest assured, we have reached the top. It's all downhill from here, quite literally.
So Mahag Sar's just up ahead then?
Indeed. If you look, across this mountain is the Lord's Keep.
What's this place here? Some kind of old house?
I don't know about that. If I had to guess, it probably served as some kind of shrine.
I was so preoccupied dealing with Izugo, I slipped and fell. Make sure you don't make the same mistake as me. Raging Stormbreak. What's that?
Hey, look at that enemy! It's shining!
Why?
Through these lands most verdant green, my eyes alight for sights unseen. In Menancia, pure and pristine.
What is it you see exactly?
That's not for me to say.
The Stonewing Mage Coat. A mage coat made by tying together hardened Zoogle wings. Even in their altered state, the wings still hold trace amounts of astral energy.
Brace yourselves!
A new
This
lease
one's
on
tough!
life.
Take this! It's over!
Don't mind if I do.
Not like that!
Time for chaos.
Leave the agile ones to me.
Sword Lane Alpha!
This one's mine!
Begin!
Go.
Tiger Blade!
Into the
Take this!
shadows.
Catapult!
So you want me, do you?
Look sharp! That's it! Going in!
Here I come!
One more!
You're finished!
Tiger Blade!
Annihilation.
Rising Falcon!
Magna Ray. Back into the fray.
Stoop back!
Stand back.
Dragon
I'll
Form!
trip it up.
On guard! Take this! Tiger Blade! Guess I had to use it sometime.
Here I come! Dazzle!
On guard!
You're mine!
One more!
Dazzle! Rising
This
Falcon!
one's mine!
Double Demon Fang!
Tiger Blade! Flaming Meteor!
Here I come!
Reload.
Ah! Dazzle!
Lightning.
Rising Falcon!
Down.
It's on!
I'm out. I'm all stopped up.
I'm not done! Ignite!
Piercing roar!
Catapult!
Do it! This one's mine!
This ends now.
Consider yourself finished!
With your flames and my technique,
We're stronger together than we are apart.
this one's tough, but we have no choice.
Let me know if you need healing.
You're finished!
This one's mine!
Double Demon Fang! Dragon
Going
Form!
in! One
Lightning
more!
Thrust!
Resonate with the earth.
It's over.
Here I come!
Flame.
Huh?
Magna
You're
Ray.
mine!
Lightning.
Lightning Thrust!
Down.
Stardust!
Elusive deity.
Rising Falcon!
Take this.
Magna Ray.
Tornado drive.
Gemini Aqua.
Going in! One right
Sword
here!
Lane
I got
Alpha!
it!
Dragon Form! Kisara!
Commander of Heavens!
Phoenix Cyclone!
Did it!
Yeah! Nice technique!
It's over!
Magna Ray.
Resonate
This
with
one's
the earth.
mine.
Stalagmite.
Here I come!
By the power of water. Magna Ray.
Dazzle!
Resonate with the
Rising
earth.
Falcon!
Stalagmite.
I'm not done! This one's all mine!
Glacial
Resonate
Spear!
with the
Falcon!
earth. Stalagmite.
You're mine! Win!
I need to be stronger.
What's that big tower over there?
Judging by the stench, I'd say the animals at the ranch are all grown now.
Okay, so now I'm like, wait, what the hell? I got horse meat? I thought it said something about it being for kicking. I don't want to eat the horse. I thought it was going to be for a guard or something. That is really weird. Yeah, I don't get it. Why did it do that? Why? Oh, there's a rat there. That's interesting. I wonder what's up with that. I wonder if I need to actually go to the ranch itself to fix that. Alphen, the arms collector.
Have you guys checked your equipment lately?
Yep, we were just working on that.
I find the sounds of the night to be rather comforting.
Kisara, let's talk for a bit. Maintaining your shield? It's becoming a familiar sight.
Miguel was the one who taught me how to maintain my equipment after I first joined the Guard. Now, it's just a part of my routine.
Your brother always seems to come up whenever I talk to you.
That's because we had no other relatives, so it was just the two of us growing up. He was my idol, the one I looked up to and wanted to be like. When I became a guardsman, Lagiel wasn't too pleased to see me at first. It was Miguel who really welcomed me aboard.
Lagiel? Oh, right. She was Miguel's second in the Gold Dust Cats, wasn't she?
That's right. She's always been a very critical and down-to-earth person. In other words, the complete opposite of a dreamer like me.
You're more an idealist than some pie-in-the-sky dreamer.
Even so, that's my brother's doing. He'd never let me stop seeing a brighter world. He always did what he could to keep me smiling and happy.
You must have meant a lot to him.
He wasn't just kind, either. He always worked so hard to set an example for me and everyone else around him. He was a true big brother. So much so that when he thought I was asleep, he'd slip out of the house to go training on the outskirts of town.
You seem to know a lot about it.
That's because I only pretended to be asleep and would follow after him. You know what? I'm at a good stopping point with my shield. If you've got time, how about I tell you a couple more Miguel stories?
I guess I'd better get comfortable.
I'll take watch tonight. It's okay. Before we go, do you guys have everything?
Guess I misread the landing.
What's with that shining foe over there?
Still thinking about how to act around Dohalim?
That obvious, huh? Except I don't think I'll be changing much after all. Don't get me wrong, I'm not going to stay his servant. However, I am going to treat him like a fellow comrade, the same way I would with you or anyone else. For as long as I can remember, I've spent my life protecting others. But isn't that what friends do too? Support and protect one another in times of need?
Which in the end pretty much means doing as you've always done, right? If that's what you're most comfortable with, I'm certainly not going to give you any grief over it.
Actually, I've been thinking about how I ought to act around you all as well.
Oh?
When I set out on this journey, it was to rid Elde Menancia of its enemies, and search for wisdom in the outside world. Wisdom that I could potentially put to use on my return. I'm grateful to you all for letting me tag along. But it got me thinking, what am I actually contributing by being here?
What are you talking about? You know how to hold a weapon, don't you? That's help enough.
Is it though? Sometimes I wish there was more I could be doing to pull my...
Oops, sorry about that. Jeez, I'm famished.
Now that you mention it, what do you guys normally do for food and meals when you're out and about on your travels?
What do you mean, what do we do? We find stuff to eat and eat it. So long as it's meat, I'm not fussy.
Eating what you like can be good for morale in the short term, but you need to think about your diet if you want to stay healthy.
Does that mean eating vegetables too?
Isn't that obvious?
It does, which I guess hasn't been happening up till now.
Yeah, to be honest, we could be eating better than we do.
Understood. In that case, I'll just have to make sure you're all staying healthy and eating right myself. Fortunately, I happen to know a thing or two about cooking as well.
You hear that, Law? Sounds like you'll be eating your greens after all.
What is it?
No, sorry, it's just... I was just wondering if you had any thoughts on all this.
It will do her good to have a project.
No, not Kisara. I meant you. Was there anything you wanted to add?
Me? Certainly you're not looking to me for culinary skill, I hope.
Typical Renan. Leaving everything to someone else.
Rinwell, I don't think...
That said, should you need my skills on the battlefield, please rest assured I have no intention of shirking my responsibilities, regardless of who we may face.
I'm sure no one doubts that. Listen, guys, if we're traveling together, we should probably at least try to make an effort to get to know one another, don't you think?
I wouldn't get your expectations too high in that regard. Believe it or not, sometimes I'm not sure I even know myself all that well.
Something wrong? You look like you're deep in thought.
Not exactly. I was merely thinking about you two and your sense of etiquette.
Oh?
Etiquette?
Indeed. To be quite frank, I find your lack of manners to be nigh intolerable.
That's not being frank, that's being and forget it. Do we really need to talk about this now?
Yes. I find such impropriety on your parts to be deeply unsettling. It concerns me greatly.
What do you want us to do? We were slaves. We never got to learn how to be proper like you.
Yeah, what he said. Maybe you missed how we were just focused on surviving.
Perhaps, but Kisara here demonstrates that it's quite possible for a Denon to learn proper manners.
That's because I was given the opportunity to learn. Moreover, my duties as a guardsman required it. Not every realm is like Menancia, as you well know.
Yeah, I don't think it's fair to hold us to some other city standards.
Exactly. You've got to remember what it's been like for us living under the Rena elsewhere.
I will concede that you do indeed make a valid point. It would appear, for all my espousing the virtues of equality between our peoples, I was still looking down on the two of you.
You don't need to beat yourself up. I wasn't that offended by what you said, man.
Nevertheless, I shall mind my words from here on out. Having said that, I do believe you two would still benefit from learning the basics of proper society. I would be more than happy to teach you both when we camp out, if you like.
Yeah, no, I'll pass. Acting all prim and proper isn't really my style.
If you say so. How about you, Law? Would you like to learn? Although I suppose my first task is to reform your attitude toward the idea of good etiquette.
You're not gonna let this go, are you?
Hey, let's stop for a minute.
What's up? You already tired?
My armor's pretty heavy. I think I need a little rest.
I second that. All of this walking is starting to take its toll on me as well.
What? You don't look it.
We can't spare the time. There's places we need to be. Mahag Saar's capital, Niez, is our destination right now.
But if one of us collapses, it will only serve to slow us down. And in your case, Alphen is the only one who could carry you. Best to rest while you have the opportunity.
Enough already! I need a break, so we're taking one.
I don't need you fretting over me.
Fretting? Hey, it's not like I'm...
Been looking for you.
For me? Why?
He's tough.
Who are you? You said you were looking for me. Why?
Beautiful, precious life.
What the...
That is all I desire.
Then why are we fighting? Who even are you?
Die!
You escape! Burn!
On guard!
It's wide open!
It won't escape me!
Rising
On
Falcon!
guard!
Take this!
Who the hell are you? Bastard!
This guy's not normal.
His speed is unbelievable.
You mean he even surpasses a lord?
Dazzle! Take this!
Freeze Lancer!
I'm in your deck, Dohun.
And tonight's meal is on you.
You've got it.
Crossed and ready. Where are you going?
That's better.
I'll heal you all.
Try harder! My turn!
Begin!
Healing circle.
I'm in your debt. Why'd you heal me?
Is that you dying?
Ah, right.
All right.
Here I come!
Now where was the
Here's
deity?
a healing
Dazzle!
I'll take it.
Rising Falcon!
Look sharp.
Can you take it?
You're mine! It's over!
Die.
I'll heal you all.
Going in.
Enjoy.
Take this!
Healing circle.
It's over!
Take this.
Guardian shield.
I suppose
Did you just heal me?
Yes. I need you, remember?
Right.
An outstanding
Double
effect.
pistol!
Piercing
Win!
Benediction light.
Not today!
Show me your strength.
Here I come!
This one's
You're
mine.
finished!
Look sharp. That's it. Tiger blade.
Lightning thrust! Rising Falcon!
Glacial spear.
Forgive me.
Pierce
Die.
evil.
You're mine! It's over!
Freeze primed and ready.
You're mine!
Bring you back from death's abyss.
Pathetic.
Resuscitate.
Here I come! Rising
this.
Falcon!
Glacial
You're
spear.
finished!
Pierce evil.
Enjoy. Is that all that you've got? Very well. Then die. wretch like you. Till next time.
Shion, wake up, please!
Alphen?
Shion!
Thanks, but you're kinda crushing me. And so am I. It's not as bad as it looks.
Not bad. That's... Shion, we thought you were...
I'm fine. Really.
What the hell were you thinking?
Well, you were trying to protect me too, you know.
Yeah, but I have the sword. It's different.
It's not different. Besides, Never mind. It's nothing. Anyway, thank you.
But I didn't... Look, I'm just glad that you're...
Alphen?
Sorry.
That guy said he'd be back. I think maybe we should get moving before he returns, right?
Rinwell has a good point. We need to go. Shion, are you sure you're okay?
Shion, are you sure you're okay?
Yeah, I already applied some healing arts to it. It didn't even leave a scar.
But his sword went nearly straight through you.
I'm all right. Unless I've turned into some kind of ghost and I'm haunting you all right now.
No, I know you're not. It's just...
Look, I appreciate you looking out for me, but I'm fine. Really.
There was also that strange light that appeared when Shion was stabbed. It seemed to make the enemy retreat when he saw it. Alphen, do you have any idea what it might have been?
A light? I don't know. I was kind of preoccupied with other things at the time.
Now that I think of it, between that light and the blazing sword, just what sort of person are you, Alphen? Can you use Dahnan astral arts like Rinwell, perhaps?
He wouldn't know, Dohalim. He doesn't have any memories from his past, remember? Besides, we should really be getting out of here.
I suppose you're right. Forgive me. We've almost reached Nias, the capital of Mahag Saar. With any luck, we'll find a place there for Shion to rest.
Hey.
How are you holding up after that last fight? You're not too hurt, are you?
I'm fine, really. See for yourself.
If things get too tough out there, go ahead and fall back. I can take a beating if I need to.
I'm not here just to stand around and have everyone protect me.
I get that, but there's nothing wrong with admitting you have weaknesses too.
Do I look like I'm just trying to put on a brave face to you?
I can't feel pain. But you still can, can't you?
Look, I appreciate you're trying to look out for me, but even you go down in fights from time to time. Please, stop trying to babysit me. It's getting old.
It's not that. I just...
Man, who was that dark, mysterious stranger? He sure seemed pretty strong. Why did he attack us?
Are we in the right place? This place looks like a mess.
Yes, this is Niez, the capital of Mahag Sar.
I don't see any signs of people. And the buildings.
Yeah, this doesn't seem like the kind of place people would actually live.
No soldiers, no Danans, not a soul to be seen. Yet look at these facades. This is clearly a Renan district.
Hey, check out that drawing on the castle gate. That's the Darkwing's crest. It's from an old Danan legend about a hero who defeated an evil king with a torch and their trusty owl. That's his crest. I'm sure of it.
Really? First time I'm hearing it. So if someone drew it on the gate...
It must mean the Renans have lost control of the city.
Are you suggesting the Danans rose up and defeated the Lord here? Hard to believe, but not entirely unthinkable, given the evidence.
Let's look around and see if we can find someone. They might be able to tell us what happened. This is horrible.
Is there truly no one here?
All of these ruins look like they were made pretty recently.
But if that's the case, then where do you think the people that used to live here went off to? There must have been Danans and Renans, right?
That's a good question. Even if the Danans rebelled and managed to overthrow the Renans here, there should still be some people around.
This debris... Do you think it could be the work of Renan Astral Arts?
Perhaps, but the appearance of these ruins is rather uniform, which leads me to believe otherwise.
Hey, Rinwell. That story you told us about the Dark Wings. It said that the evil king was vanquished with a holy flame, right?
Yeah, that's right.
Then there might be some truth to that old story after all. It looks like all the rubble here had been scarred by flames.
Let's not jump to any conclusions just yet. If we can find someone around here, we might be able to get them to tell us what happened. Dohalim, you forgot to take care of the fire yesterday.
What do you mean, take care of? Ah, yes. You meant to put it out?
Yep. If it stays lit, we could end up in real trouble real fast.
I see. I apologize for not realizing that. I shall be more careful in the future.
The way he's talking, it's like the thought of putting it out himself never even occurred to him.
Moving on, Dohalim, I should mention that the clasp for your cape is about to come undone.
Oh yes, I tried to fix that myself, but it simply refused to cooperate with me.
I can't believe I'm hearing this. Are you telling me Renans can't even dress themselves?
Lords like Dohalim have attendants that take care of just about everything they need, so I'm not surprised he sometimes struggles with the basics.
Even by those standards, you've got to admit this is still a little extreme.
Shion has got a point. I mean, you don't see Renans like her needing so much help to get stuff done.
In my case, circumstances forced me to learn how to be independent. Even so, I still think Dohalim could afford to pick up a few more self-sufficient skills.
Well, specifically speaking, what would you suggest that I learn?
For starters, I think it'd be good for you to learn how to dress. And put on shoes. How to comb your hair is equally important. And learning to manage your possessions better. And then from there...
She sounds like his mom rattling all that off.
Oh, and another thing. About your owl, Rinwell.
What is it?
When he starts to molt, would you be willing to give me his old feathers? I think I could find a use for them.
What do you intend to do with those?
Well, recently, I haven't been sleeping well. However, I hear pillows made from owl feathers are very comfortable and wish to make one.
This is why I hate you, Renans!
Did I say something offensive?
Next time, put your own needs aside for a second and think about how someone might react first. Then consider if it's worth asking at all.
Alright then. Well, we've come a long way, and we've made it here, but things are not as we expected them to be. But I think that's going to do it for the stream, everybody. Thanks for watching. We defeated Kozilek, and we met what I believe may be the story's overall antagonist. He was really strong, but we will have to see and learn more about who he is, and who is Alphen, and his mysterious power. Why was he wearing a mask? Still so many questions to be answered, but you can find out next time. And until then, take care, everybody, and have a good night.